What's up, everyone? It's your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and time for another eyeshadow versus. So today's eyeshadow versus is with Nomad Cosmetics up against Ace Beauty. So I have 3 palettes here. I usually do 4, y'all know, but like I only had 3 that I compared to this brand because I don't own that many Ace Beauty palettes. I think I only own 4. I didn't get the new Ambiance palette yet. I'm trying to debate if I should or not, even though I am an Ace Beauty affiliate, so I was like, I probably should go ahead and get it. I have a code, I believe, or I used to have a code. I don't remember if it has been deactivated yet or not. I got an email pertaining to it, so I might still have it, I might not. I don't remember. If I do, it would be down below. But anyway, let's get into it. So I have to start off with these 2 palettes. So if y'all remember, I'm gonna try to have a playlist of all these because, like I said, we're on number 7, so I've been doing this for a little while now. And I told y'all it was being difficult to find stuff, but I don't know. This guy was trying to help me, get me pushed in the right direction because I found like 4 different sets of like brands to compare to other brands, and I still got 2 more in mind. So I'm hoping it works out. We'll have to wait and see. But let's start with these 2. So I got the Ace Beauty Flare palette. Now I have all the new Ace Beauty palettes. I got rid of the old ones with the old formula because I wasn't really a fan of the old formula like a lot of other influencers. Now I know some influencers were okay with the old formula. I wasn't one of them. I felt like it was a little too thin and they didn't build up on each other well, but they have definitely listened to their consumers and improved on it, so shout out to them for that. And then I have my Nomad Land Elves and Ice. Yeah, Iceland Fire and Ice. So this says Land Elves and Ice on the front. So that's what that random brand was about. Anyway, let me show you what both the palettes look like on the inside. Now they may not look exact, but I feel like they look close enough to where, like, you know, if you ignore the purples in here, then you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, see, if I cover up these purples, I feel like these palettes look pretty similar when it comes to tones, right? Because you see what I'm talking about with the blues and the greens, and it has the oranges. So here's what they look like now without me doing that. But I feel like they look close enough in tone to where we could pull off this video. It's just they're rearranged differently, and obviously they don't have this pink. They have a purple shimmer and a green shimmer instead. That's what they look like. So we're gonna start off with ranking the Ace Beauty palette. So it's simple everyday packaging. It's not that exceptional, so I wouldn't rank the packaging with a point just because, you know, it's pretty basic. I mean, I'm not mad at her for being basic because sometimes basic is easy. What matters is the color story inside the formula, because I'm not gonna like wear the packaging. So I'm fine with the packaging not looking exceptional because the color story to me is so exceptional. Like, I love this color story. It has like a nice roll for people like me who like blues and greens. Then you got a cute little purplish reddish roll up front. Y'all know I'm not crazy about the middle row, but I mean, like, I know other people like neutrals, and you know, like, everybody is in the colorful thing, so they have a row for each person. Then if I'm in an emergency and I only have this palette with me, I have my fun colors for when I want to do fun colors, I have my romantic colors for when I need romantic colors, and then I have my everyday colors for if I have somewhere I have to go and I need to rush, because everyday colors are the easiest to blend out in my personal opinion, and they're easier for me to work with. So this is what she looks like on the inside. The formula on this is way better than it used to be, and I've always loved all her color stories. So all her color stories in this video are going to get a point from me from that. And since she updated the formula, they're all going to get a point in that regard as well. So Ace Beauty has 2 points to start off with. And the price point of her palettes is actually pretty nice. I'm pretty sure this is $38.99, and for 15 shades, considering Natasha makes you pay like $65 for these shades. I'm sorry, it went up. It's $67 now, and you only have to pay $38.99. And then influencers have codes. Like, I know my girl Karen has a code to this brand, so you can use Cage Makeup if mine isn't active anymore. It was just, I believe, Gel Beauty 87, of course. But you know, if my code doesn't work, you can always use Karen's code. So there's that. And I give this palette a 2 because I always love their color stories, and and since they improved their formula after influencers spoke about how they didn't like it, I'm all here for that. Now I love the packaging of this. I feel like Nomad always kills it when it comes to their packaging, so all their packaging most likely is going to get a point for me. So they already got 3 points because we got 3 palettes, and I feel like they just kill packaging. It's something that I love from them that they do. Now, if you all remember, for the longest time this was my favorite Nomad palette. But I recently did a ranking of my Nomad palettes. I'll try to remember to link it up above. But I did a ranking of them, and this one got dethroned by another palette. But that palette isn't in this video, so you don't have to worry about it. So you'll have to watch the ranking video on this palette on this brand that I did in collaboration with my girl Dionluvsmakeup, who actually has a code with Nomad. So if you need to use a code at Nomad, make sure you use code Dion. thank you so much. But back to the palette. So I really love the color story of this palette. I think it's amazing. You have your, like, you know, your smoky eye that you need for your everyday neutral tones, if you will. You have your everyday neutral tones. It comes this orange section right here. Then you have your blue, wonderful little 6-pan quad right here, or 6-pan palette if you love stuff like that like me. And then you can use either one of these shades as the inner corner pop for the other 2 rows that you have going on. So I really love that about this palette. I really like the formula of this palette. So this palette is actually going to get a 3 from me. So far they're ahead of Ace Beauty by 1 point, just because I like all of Ace Beauty's, I like all of Nomad's packaging, and I feel like Ace Beauty, I don't always love the packaging on them, just because, you know, it doesn't necessarily give me the vibes. However, this next palette I'm gonna talk about, I love the packaging on from Ace Beauty. This is the Palettopoly palette. They currently had a sale on this for $29.99. I think I posted it on my community tab. If you don't follow my channel, then you haven't seen it. But they did have a sale for $29.99 on this and the whole game. And then this is the Nomad, what is this? Fatesse de Provence palette. So I'm just calling it the Provence palette. So let me show you what both of them look like on the inside. Now please keep in mind, they don't literally look exactly the same, because I feel like with the color story that Nomad came out with, it's pretty unique. However, I felt like they had enough colors in between them that looked the same to where it was acceptable. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are purples in here, there are reds in here, there are pinks in here. That's all the stuff you see in here. You see red, you see yellow, you see pink, you see purple. You see all those same things in here. It's just curated to catch your eye more with the yellows and the pinks and the unique sets of purples that they chose in here. But all those same colors are in this palette if you look closely. So that's why I thought it was okay to rank both of them. So as usual, we're going to start off with the Ace Beauty palette. Now this packaging is going to get a point from me, just because I think it looks so cute. It makes me think of the show Saved by the Bell. If you're old enough to remember Saved by the Bell, then you're definitely on the right channel, because I remember Saved by the Bell, and I loved Lisa, the black girl that was on there, the token black girl who Screech was in love with. So this packaging just screams like 80s to me. And if y'all did not know, it's actually my birthday today. I was born in 87 on November the 8th. So this palette is just giving me all the nostalgia and all the feels. The color story is definitely a 10 out of 10. I really love this color story. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, I need it. I need it. It has shifting dual chrome shimmer shades in here. I will say I was not a fan of this yellow, or I think I like the yellow matte just fine, but like the yellow shimmer just wasn't giving it to me like I was hoping, if I remember correctly. Or was it the yellow matte? No, matter of fact, it was the yellow matte in another Nomad palette that we're not going to talk about. So I knew it was the yellow that gave me trouble. It wasn't this one, now that I think about it though. So I love the color story. I loved working with this palette. I've used this palette several times after I did the video on it, because I liked it that much. So this one definitely gets a 3 from me. The price point on this was kind of high, but you know, like, again, you can use the influencer code, and I feel like with all the shades she gave you, because she gave you more shades than usual, there's 6 in here instead of 5, so you got 24 shades in here. And I think this palette was like 50 bucks. So I think 50 bucks for 24 shades, when the Milk palette had, I think, about the same amount as this one did, and they charged you 76. I think it's a steal, especially with the gorgeous colors that they gave you. They didn't give a repeat color story from other palettes that they have, like Milk did with their palette, the Mariposa. So I definitely feel like this deserves a 3. So far, they have 5 and Nomad has 3, but you know, I love Nomad's packaging, so obviously Nomad's packaging is getting a point from me. And then I thought that this color story was actually pretty unique, because I feel like you don't see a lot of people giving you purple and grayish purple shades like this. So I definitely love the purples that they chose, because I feel like they're unique to other purples that are in my collection. I really like this yellow shade in the middle. It has like this cool greeny shifty shade to it, and then like these romantic pinks that they picked. So I feel like they just made a really romantic and unique fun color story, because it has like the purples for the wine, in my opinion, then it has these romantic pink shades, and then it has like this yellow for the yellow sunflowers, I guess, that were growing in the vineyard that they went to. I'm not sure, but I just love how unique this color story is. So this one's going to get a 3 from me as well. So far Nomad has 6 and Ace Beauty has 5, but you know, Ace Beauty over there slowly creeping up on them. So last one I have, of course y'all know I had to do a colorful palette. I cannot live without having a colorful palette, and I mean like full on rainbow-ish type colorful palette, because you know, that's just me. I have to have at least 5 in my collection at all times. So you know, we have to have it, we have to do it. Thank you so much. So I have the Slice of Paradise up against the Paradise Islands from these brands. Let's get to it and talk about them. So packaging on both of these I actually like, so each one of them are getting a 1 for the packaging. Sorry y'all, my card got full and I got cut off. I'm gonna show you the inside of the palettes now. So here's the inside of the Slice of Paradise, and then here's the inside of the Paradise Islands palette. So as you can see, they have similar color stories to them. They both have like the, you know, the greens, the blues, the purples, the pinks. This one just has orange and pink, and this one just has one yellow. So that's the only difference I see in between both of them in my personal opinion. So as usual, we're going to start off with the Ace Beauty palette. So this was one of my favorite and first Ace Beauty palettes. I had the old form on this, and I just love the color story of this palette. I think they did a beautiful job. They give you enough like a romantic type vibe, but they also give you like the Natasha Denona row here at the bottom is what I call it. Remember, she had the green, the blue, and the purple at the bottom. So I think they did a great job with that, and they give you like nice, softer colors that people feel more safe using toward the top. So I thought this was a beautifully curated color story. I actually really like the packaging of this palette. I thought it was nice and sleek and simple with the original first palette. So I really like this palette, and this is getting 3 from me. So they had 5, Nomad had 8 if I remember correctly, right? So they're getting another 3. So if they had 5 and they got 3, now they got 8. So now they're both even. So let's get into this one. Of course, packaging is 10 out of 10. They're getting a 3 from me as well. I mean, getting a 1 from me as well. The color story of this is nice. However, if you all remember, I told you all this is more of a mid-tone palette to me. So it's not exactly perfect for me. You're going to hear me in the background for a few minutes because I was editing the video while I was trying to get this video done because it's in the middle of the night and Adrian has to go to school in the morning. But like the problem with this palette to me is it's more mid-tone color, so I don't have a lot of depth to go along with it. For someone my skin tone, I have this shade, and they don't run as deep as they look in the pan. So this color story actually gets a 2 from me just because I don't have enough depth along with mid-tone shades to go with it. So believe it or not, Ace Beauty is ahead because Ace has 9 and they have 8 because of the lack of deeper shades in this palette. So these are the 2 palettes we're going to be battling. So I zoom in real cute and close like. I'm gonna go off camera. I'm thinking we're going to do the Ace Beauty one off camera, and then we'll do the Nomad palette on camera just to see which one works out best for me. So I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order. Or should I do Nomad? Let me look. No, but yeah, we'll do the Nomad one off camera, and then we'll do the Ace Beauty one on camera, and then we'll see how they go. So I'll be right back, girl. Okay, girl. Okay. Or maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. I'll let y'all know because y'all know me. I'll be wishy-washy and change it in a second. Be right back, girl. So here's the colors we're using from the Nomad and the Ace Beauty palette. So I swatched Nomad first. So we're going Nomad, Ace, Nomad, Ace, Nomad, Ace, Nomad, Ace. So we're going to put the purple in the inner corner to match the blue that's going to be in the outer V. And then we're going to put the green on the lid to match the green that's going to be in the crease. So I meant to swatch it the other way, but after I thought about it, I was like, wait, I should do it this way instead. And I had already swatched the purple, so we were too late. It was too late. So I was like, oh well. So we're going to start off with the Nomad palette. The Nomad palette's going to be on this side. The Ace Beauty one's going to be on this side. So we're going to start with the Nomad palette, and we're going to take the blue shade right here and put that on our outer V. So let's get into it, girl. Oh goodness. I understand how tired I am. It's like 12:30 in the morning. I'm trying to make these eye looks and get them together. Every night I've just been doing like as much as I felt like doing. I ended up getting the what's that palette in today? The one from Natasha Denona, the what is it? The Retro Glam palette showed up today. So I had to make sure I came and filmed my video today. I already did a video with the Mel Thompson bundle, so I just did a look combining both of those to see if anybody was interested in seeing how similar the colors Mel had picked were to the colors in that palette. Because I was, and then I was interested in like doing a look with each one of them to see if the tones were going to be the same. Because I know I saw somebody on Instagram saying the same thing. And I thought like, well, since Mel Thompson died and y'all knew she wanted a palette like this and she was a mid-sized influencer, like I didn't know if they had like seen her video and seen the palette and decided they wouldn't do a similar color story or what. But I did a look with her palette first, and I was going to using all the greens to see the differentiation in the greens, and then I swatched with the initial look I did with the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette up against Mel's bundle, so you can get an idea of that. And then I did a separate video on Mel's palette against the mini retro palette because I didn't have the full one yet, and did an eye look with each palette so you can see how the tones work in that one. So I tried to cover all the bases with it because I was a huge Mel Thompson fan, and I wanted to make sure that I did it justice and made sure that, you know, like if you were interested in it, you knew what options you had, and if you already had the mini retro, if you needed to get that one, or if you wanted to get the retro glam, if you needed to get it based upon, you know, seeing Mel's bundle, because you might want to end up getting Mel's bundle instead because she had more variety in her bundle, especially if you're my skin tone. Spoiler alert. So that video will be up long before this one, but you know, since I'm talking about it today, while I'm doing this today, I felt the need to share. So now we're going to go into the blue shade in the Ace Beauty palette, and we're going to start working on this side and build its way up. So as you can see, the Ace Beauty one runs deeper than the Nomad one, but I told y'all I liked the colors in the Ace Beauty one more because I felt like they ran deeper than the Nomad one. I feel like the Nomad one is mid-tone palette, but I love me a rainbow palette, and I wanted to see how the rainbow palettes fared against each other. So y'all know I had to use the rainbow palette when it came to the Ace Beauty versus the Nomad palettes. But the rainbow palettes I truly do like from Nomad, the best stuff to match up with this one, the Paradise Island one did. So that's how we got what we got. And it's funny because this one's called Slice of Paradise and that one's called Paradise Island. So it's like they both had the same feel and they had the same tropical vibe and thought process behind it when they, you know, did what they wanted us to do. So I was like, okay. So I'm just building it up a little bit more. There's plastic on this mirror though, so I'm like, does it look the same? I don't know. Because I took the plastic off the Nomad one, but I kept the plastic on here. So here's what they look like side by side. You can clearly see that the Ace Beauty side is deeper than this side, but again, I told y'all it was a more mid-tone palette, so that's why I'm gonna take this clean brush now, just over here and on that outer V here to dust underneath to get an idea of that. So there we go with that. Both sides are done. Now we're gonna get into the next shade we have going on. So the next shade we have is going to be the green. So the green is just going to go into the crease. We get a brush for the green so to go into the crease because I forgot to grab one. Oopsies. So do I have 2 more brushes the same? I think I have 2 more brushes the same. They're the Detail Diffuse Crease Brush of a small tapered brush from Sigma, the E45. So I grabbed the E45 first. I need to grab my other E45 first. Where is it? I know it's stuff both from in here because I just washed them recently and literally brought them back up here just for this. So yeah, I got 2 E45. So we're gonna start off with the green in here. So we're gonna take the shade Lizard right here, and that's gonna go in the crease and on the rest of the eye. The weird thing is I feel like these shades oxidize, but at the same time I still feel like they're not like deep enough for my purpose when it comes to like outer V shades. I'd love to be able to use the purple in here to match the rich purple in the Ace Beauty palette, but again, they don't have a matte purple in this palette that is deep enough for my skin tone that I could have used with this. So I'm working with what I got, sis. Okay. God's show was like, ooh, I was like, yes, I need to use the purple, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We're battling against another palette, so I can't use the purple. But I feel like the eye look we got going on so far looks pretty nice. You know, we got a cute little cream on here. So I'm gonna turn this way you can actually see. Again, y'all know I'm used to just having to do this eye, so that's why I was kind of turning the way I was turning, because I'm so used to doing the other eye on camera, not this one. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease with glitter glue. Like normally when I do things on camera, I just try to be fair, do glitter glue for both brands or palettes or whatever. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm taking my Sigma E40 Max tapered blending brush to just dust over all this stuff and make it look nice. So that's what we're working with now. As you can see, we got the green, we got the blue. Both of these look lighter than I feel like the one we're about to put on looks like, which is the shade right here, Kiwi. I'm gonna take Kiwi, put that in the crease and see how that works out. I'm loving how nicely and smoothly this shade is going on and how well it blends into the other color so nicely and seamlessly. I'm just loving how this Ace Beauty palette is performing. Like, I love that they took the advice of the people who told them that they weren't necessarily in love with the formula and went back and reformulated. I really appreciate it because, honey, this one is working like a dream compared to, you know, the other one. So I'm here for it. It's a vibe. I'm loving it. Thank you so much. So here's what both of those look like. As you can see, this one still looks deeper than this one, like I said before. I don't know. I felt like this palette faded as well, which I wasn't, again, a huge fan of, because I'm feeling like the Ace Beauty one, like the color is staying true to color and it's not like fading or oxidizing or anything like that. I feel like it just looks how it did on the pan. I feel like this is oxidizing and these already were lighter, which isn't helping with what I wanted. So I'm just kind of like, So So now let's get into the shimmer. So we're gonna start, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the green on the lid like I talked about. So this shade right here, Turtle. I'm about to put Turtle on the lid. Let me get my glitter glue ready, girl. My glitter glue brush. Okay. That's my eyes. I look at the light, so y'all know how excited I am. And I've only been filming for like 2 hours, but I'm still just like, yes, it's time to go home, because I think I got here like 9 something. I didn't start filming till like 10 something because I had to put on my makeup. I didn't put on my makeup at home. Like, I've been trying to give that a break. I think I washed my brushes last night though, when I took the makeup off my face from when I did the Mel Thompson video last night. But you know, I'm just out here trying to get as many videos done as possible during the week. And since Adriangameover, since I don't have to go to work at night, and since I know I'm filming at night anyway, and I'm usually up at night, it's not that big a deal for me. So I'm like, okay, cool, I can get this done, I can get this done, I can get this done. And in the daytime, I can sleep, and all I have to do is pick Adrian up from school. I don't have to worry about, oh, I'm gonna have to go to work after this. I did have to go to the dentist today though, which kind of sucked, but you know, I was like, whatever. They want me to get all my work done I need to get done while I have my money, because it doesn't transfer over to the next year. And since I have a decent amount of money that they give me for my dental work, they said my plan is better than a lot of other people's, which I was not aware of. So they're trying to get me to use it all this year as much as I can, and then next year I'll start on it again. And hopefully I can just maintain it. Oh, this green shimmer is gorgeous. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is on the lid. Like, it's definitely bringing a nice shimmer and pop to the lid. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm here for my available. Yes, 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 1,000 times yes. Let's go back in with this blue and try to work that on out of it a little bit more. Trying to blend in the shimmer a little bit better too. And then we'll put some more green in the creases you, and then we'll get to the Ace Beauty side. But the shimmer on the lid is making the Nomad side look amazing. The shimmer is definitely saving it, because at first I was just like, they just look like mid-tone shades I put in the outer V. They're not giving the depth I was looking for. It's not giving the depth in the crease I was looking for, or the lightness in the crease I was looking for. It's just like, it wasn't giving. But the shimmer is definitely helping save this look and making me like it more than I did when I initially started off. So shout out to the Shimmers and Nomad palette for saving the look. Cause first I was like, ooh honey, Ace Beauty just out here whooping you with these colors. And then the fact that they, you know, reformulated when we were talking about how we wasn't feeling the formula. So it's like they was killing it. But the shimmer, we about to see how the Ace Beauty shimmer looks on the lid. But like this Nomad shimmer, she's killing it. Look at that. Yes, the sparkle, that brightness that is bringing to the deepness in the crease that I didn't want. And see, I feel like these colors still look the same as they did initially, whereas I feel like these faded and I added back on. So yes, right now I'm definitely feeling the Ace Beauty. Honey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm available. Give it to me. But we're gonna get into the Ace Beauty palette now to put the shimmer on the lid. See how that's working. So we're taking the shade right here. What is that? Fruit Dove? Yeah, Fruit Dove. And we're gonna cut the crease, and we're gonna see how she's working and how, you know, it works out. I think my camera's about to the thing that starts blinking and cut it into 2 separate videos. So after I cut it, I think I'm gonna cut this off and then restart, so that way I won't have like 2 and 3 different edited pieces to put back together, because I hate when that happens. I mean, in the sense that it'll separate and it'll be like 5 or 10 seconds or something else, just because the number is flashing when I'm trying to do this. But so far it's not doing that, so maybe we can make it. Maybe we can make it, girl. So let's take the shade Fruit Dove now and put that all over my lid. So this is looking like it's gonna be more of a satin, whereas the one from them is more satiny. Yeah, so I'm loving the shimmer from Nomad way more than I'm loving the shimmer from Ace Beauty. Like, it's giving more of a satin vibe, and I'm here for the glittery sparkle that Nomad is giving. So okay, so it's doing the flashing thing, y'all, like I told y'all. But at least we got all the shimmer on the lid. Now all we have to do is the inner corner and my thoughts. So I'll come back with the inner corner. We'll touch up the outer V, and then we'll give like my thoughts on the overall look. Be right back. Okay, so back. Finish this up. So I'm still holding this in my hand. When I press the button and turn it right back on. Let's go on with a little bit more of the green, the kiwi shade. Just a little bit there, girl, just a little bit. So taking just a tidbit of that one. And we're gonna take a little bit of navy shade too, because it's here, we're here, everyone's here and available. So why not? Why not? You know, Just dust on around it real quick and keep light. And dust it all off. And I'll take a little bit of the brush with the green on it, just lightly around the very edges of this. Okay, yeah, there we go. Really good. Okay, so now let's get into our inner corner shades, y'all. So let's get back to this Nomad palette. Put this inner corner shade in. So we're taking the shade Tahiti for the inner corner right here. Now this is where it's gonna look really weird because theirs is more of a pinky fuchsia like undertone in the Ace Beaute palette, whereas with the Nomad one it's like a true purple shimmer. So I'm definitely saying I will like the Ace Beaute. I mean, I like the Nomad shimmers way more than I like the Ace Beaute shimmers. I can just see that now just because it's giving more of a satin effect, and I'm liking the glitter and sparkle that Nomad is providing me with. So it's like a time when it comes to the shimmers though, when you with the palettes when you think about it though, because it's like I like the mattes in the Ace Beaute more than I like the mattes in the Nomad because of the lack of depth from Nomad. But then I like the shimmers in the Nomad more than I like the shimmers in the Ace Beaute because they're giving more of a satin effect. Not to mention you only get 2 shimmers, you get way more in the Nomad palette. In all fairness, the Nomad palette has more shades, so I feel like you should get more. So just interesting. I'd rather have the weird inner corners not matching perfectly as opposed to the you know, the lid shades not matching perfectly. So that's why I went ahead and put the purple in the inner corner as well, because I was like, last thing we need is this on the lid with this being on the lid and people looking like at the thumbnail like, what the hell is going on here? Like, girl, I don't know either. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, back you all up now. We're gonna talk about my thoughts, talk about who I think won this battle. So when it comes to the shimmers, like I said, Nomad killed it. They definitely win when it comes to the shimmers. But I do like my inner corner shimmer. I think it looks nice with this look. So I'm liking that shimmer. I just don't like the green that's on my lid because it's not giving the sparkle that I need. So like, we're getting a 3 on this when it comes to the colors that I chose. So I'm giving I like the green, I like the blue, and I like the shimmer in the inner corner. So you get 3 for that. And then I like the formula of it. So that's 4. And then with this side, it's like I don't like the colors and how they're not working as far as the mattes go. They're not deep enough, so we're only getting 2 colors because we're getting the inner corner and the shimmer on the lid. But I will say the formula of them is nice. I feel like you do have to build up the Nomad one a little bit more than the Ace Beaute, because if you want depth from these shades and you're my skin tone, you're gonna have to build it up to get the pigmentation. So when it comes to that, I feel like Ace Beaute won. In my personal opinion, came to the mattes. However, overall, if I remember correctly, I believe Nomad won. Y'all can remember and tally the points down below. I'm filming this next day, so I don't remember where the points are and where they went. I'll try to write in the description box down below if I remember. I said I'll try and make no promises. Y'all know, I be a lot going on in life. Sometimes I be having to make thumbnails while I'm at work after the video and went up, because girl, it be a lot. Be a lot going on over here. There's been a lot going on over here for a while, so hopefully some of my anxiety can get relieved eventually. But you know, until it does, we just gonna work with what we got. I'm still gonna make the videos go up as often as I can and do comparisons and try to do the new exciting videos and things like that to keep your attention so we can grow in this little community here. But you know, that's it. That's all I got, girl. So I'm pretty sure that Nomad won and Ace Beaute was very close in winning. But like I said, I'll try to remember right down below when it came to the numbers and the numbers I listed here. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Comment down below and tell me which eye you like better, because like I said, I like certain things about each eye, and if I could redo the look, I would just combine the things in each palette I like to recreate the eye look. But you know, I had to be honest about what I liked on each side. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.